Hi guys, and welcome to this pick a card tarot reading. If you are watching this, then I feel like there is an unexpected person, event, or situation that is coming in for you that you really don't see coming. And for each pile, we're going to get some more information about what that is. I feel like, you guys, okay, this is a timeless reading, first of all, but I feel like something has shifted. Does anyone remember that tweet from 2020 where someone was like, something shifted, ... and then COVID happened? I feel like something shifted, but I feel like it's in a positive way. Like, I'm feeling like exciting, totally unexpected, like opportunities, breakthroughs, meeting people in just like the most random way. I don't know, I'm not getting like a ton of information around it, but I do feel like there's kind of an exciting shift coming. And so I thought I would do this tarot reading for me as well as for you guys to see if we can get a little bit more information about what this is and what's coming in for you. For each pile, again, we're going to get some information about what it is that's coming in that you don't expect or you don't see coming. We'll get some advice or suggestions on how to best handle the energy, and we'll also get some timing information in terms of when you're likely to see this come into your life. Keep in mind this is a general reading, so there's going to be multiple people watching each pile. Each person has a slightly different situation, so not everything may fit for you, and that's totally fine. Yeah. I do offer personal readings. If you're interested, you can check out my website, belatherby.org, for more information. I'll link it down below. And yeah, I'm really excited. I'm really intrigued to see what's going to come through. So I want to go ahead and jump in to the reading. Again, we're going to see what unexpected event, person, or situation is coming in for you, advice, and timing on when you can expect this to come in. We have 3 piles to choose from. We have 3 different oracle cards. Pile 1 is card number 24, Mirrors. Pile 2 is card number 32, Rumination. And pile 3 is card number 9, Shadow Magic. These are from the oracle deck Pixie Oracle. I'll link it down below. I did get a song for each pile too. I put my Spotify liked songs on shuffle and just got a song for each pile to see if that can help you pick as well. So for pile 1, the song that came through was I Am the Fly by Wire. Pile 2, the song that came through was Big Boy by Abra and Tommy Genesis. And then pile 3, the song that came through was Mean Streets by Tennis. I'll link them down below if you want to listen to them to help you choose. Otherwise, if you need some more time, feel free to pause the video. I'll put a timestamp down below so you can jump to the pile that's calling you, and I will see you at the timestamp. Hi guys, if you chose pile 1 or the Mirrors Oracle card, then welcome. This reading is for you. Let's see what unexpected event is coming your way. What do you need to know that you don't see coming? Really quickly, before I get into shuffling, I will shuffle live, but I'll also have timestamps so you can skip the shuffling if you want to. But really quickly, before we get into that, I'm just going to tell you kind of what came through when I was listening to the song that came through for your pile. So my intention when I put my playlist on shuffle and get a message for the pile is just to kind of help you see if this resonates with you. So I just kind of was asking for messages to help you see if this is your pile. So what was coming through, the first thing that it made me think of was I heard this song for the first time when I took a road trip with my dog like around 2 years ago. We took like a short little trip out of town, and yeah, I don't know, that was coming through. Also, one of the lyrics that really stood out to me was divergent wasp, which was making me think of like neurodivergency as well as wasps. I know a lot of people are neurodivergent, so I feel like that's not the most helpful way to like narrow down if a pile is for you, but that may be something that is relevant for you. I do feel I was getting like mutable signs for this pile. So Gemini, Sagittarius, Virgo, and Pisces. You don't have to be those signs. I was also getting like the UK and Europe. I think this is a British band. I'm like 99% sure that they have an accent. Now I'm blanking. I can't remember, but I think it's a British band. And it also, for some reason, this made me think of a horror movie that I watched a few weeks ago about Irish fairies called Frewaka. If you like horror movies, I would highly recommend it. It actually was scary despite being about fairies. I don't know why this made me think of that, but yeah. And like I said, I heard this song when I was on a road trip with my pet around 2 years ago. And so I do feel like whatever this is that's coming in for you might be connected to something that happened 2 years ago, whether that's like a job, an interest, a person. I feel like something from around 2 years ago may be kind of coming back. Okay, with that said, let's jump into the shuffling. Again, if you don't want to watch the shuffling, I totally get you. I'll have a timestamp link down below so that you can jump to the actual message. We invite any ancestors of good character, spirit guides, and any positive energies that would like to communicate with us about everyone that chose pile 1. We invite these energies to please communicate in the clearest, most effective, and most concise way possible, with comfort, ease, and grace for the highest and greatest good of all, so that we can get the clearest, most accurate, and most helpful reading for everyone that chose pile 1 that we can. We are asking, what unexpected event, person, or situation is coming into your life that you don't see coming? I just want to show you like really quickly that the 2 of Pentacles, it's been at the bottom of the deck and it keeps like popping out while I'm shuffling. I'm not going to take it yet because I'm still shuffling, but I just wanted to show you. I don't know if anyone's even watching this part of the video because it's the shuffling, but just wanted to mention it. Okay. What unexpected situation, thing, person, event, what is coming into your life that you don't see coming that you need to know about? Okay, don't feel called to take those. Spirit, what can you share about what is coming in that's unexpected for pile 1? What does pile 1 not see coming that they need to know about? Queen of Pentacles. Nine of Wands in reverse. What do you not see coming that you need to know about? The Devil. The Seven of Pentacles. The bottom of the deck is the Judgment card in reverse. I'm going to clarify. Why is the Queen of Pentacles here? What is that telling us about what is coming in for you that you don't see coming? Why is the Queen of Pentacles here? Seven of Cups in reverse. Why is the Nine of Wands in reverse here? Nine of Swords. Why is the Devil here? Why is the Devil here? What is that telling us about this message for pile 1? Hermit. Why is the Seven of Pentacles here? The King of Cups. The bottom of the deck is the Four of Pentacles. What is coming in for you that you don't see coming that you need to know about? We have fear, structure, endurance, and freedom. Okay, that's what I'm gonna take for now. Okay, so for those of you that skipped the shuffling, I'm just gonna go over what cards came out. I want to start by reading the message for you for this card from the book, and then I'll tell you what I'm seeing from these cards because there's a lot here. Okay. We have the fear, structure, endurance, and freedom cards. I'm going to move these out of the frame just so that I can see the rest of the cards a little bit easier. But if I reference something on them, I'll make sure to bring them up so you can see them. We have the Queen of Pentacles clarified by the Seven of Cups in reverse, the Nine of Wands in reverse clarified by the Nine of Swords, the Devil clarified by the Hermit, and then the Seven of Pentacles clarified by the King of Cups. The bottom of the first deck is the Judgment card in reverse. And the bottom of the second deck is the Four of Pentacles. So again, you guys chose the Mirrors Oracle card. And I want to just read the short little message from the book. It says, "This may be a time of seeing yourself and others and the world around you. Are you seeing beauty and joy in your environment, or is everyone frustrating you? It could be beneficial to take a look in the mirror. Sometimes what we notice in our environment is what needs attention in ourselves, whether it is something positive or something we would like to change about ourselves." Okay, so the Two of Pentacles card like kept popping out while I was trying to shuffle, and in this deck, I'll see if I can find it while I'm talking. But in this deck, it just like it really makes me think of relationships, and hopefully when I find it, you can see, wow, here it is. This card makes me think of relationships. I'm not personally someone that believes in like twin flames. I don't like, you know, to each their own, but I don't personally like really vibe with that. But this really makes me think of like a twin flame card, or like not necessarily a twin flame, but like just a very faded connection, or like a very strong kind of intense connection. And with like the hand praying there with the magnet, it always makes me think of like something that you've been asking for, like a relationship that you've been asking for coming into your life. And this card again like kept popping out while I was shuffling, and I feel like what is unexpected for you is like a shift in relationships. And again, I feel like, again, this is like a general reading, so there's going to be different people in each pile in different situations. For a lot of you, I feel like you might be in a situation in your love life, or you know, if this is like, if your love life is fine but your friendships are maybe a little like lacking, or you're hoping for better connections, it feels like you might be in a situation right now where you're not super happy with where you're at. With the Nine of Wands in reverse and the Nine of Swords, there could be a lot of anxiety. With the Devil and the Hermit, it's like for some of you, you might be single right now, you may be going through a breakup, you might still be like dealing with something from the past, and it might feel like things are very stale or scary or just not where you want them to be. But there's something with like the fear and the freedom card where it's like, I feel like you have been guided to this place that you're in, even though it may not feel super comfortable for a reason. I feel like there's a cycle closing out with the Devil card here. It feels like there's a cycle that's trying to close out that you might be holding on to a little bit with the Four of Pentacles here, and with the Judgment card in reverse too. It feels like Spirit is kind of asking you to let go of something to make room for something else. And it feels like in the moment, like right now, what you're being asked to let go of feels really intense, or it's like, oh my gosh, I can't let go of that. But it's like, actually, once you let go of that things start moving. And I'll give just a couple of examples that were coming into my head. Like, one example, this is me calling myself out, okay? Like, a habit that I've been trying to break for a long time is smoking in the morning. I sometimes just like to start my day with like a gentle little bowl, but that doesn't always make me the most productive, and that's something that I've been trying to let go of for a long time. But something in me, I'm like, I don't want to let go of it, if that makes sense. So it could be a habit like that, where it's like maybe like a coping mechanism or something, or this could be like a relationship in particular, whether that's with like a family member, a partner, like a romantic partner, a friend. It feels like you're being asked to kind of like level up, and to get to that next level. Again, it's like something has to give, something has to go, but it feels like you've kind of been holding on to it tightly, and what you maybe don't see is like letting go of it is going to bring in what you think it's been bringing in for you, if that makes any kind of sense. It's like, if this was like a person, for example, it's like, I feel like letting go of this connection, or like accepting the separation, for example, will create space for the kind of relationship that you actually want to come through. If it's like a habit, it's like you might be thinking that holding on to that habit is keeping you safe, it's keeping you regulated, but it's kind of like it's holding you back from what it is that you actually want. And again, with this Two of Pentacles, this always makes me think of like manifesting. So this feels like something you've been asking for, and it feels like in order to actually receive it, you have to let go of something, and that's been kind of difficult to let go of. I think it's hard too with the Seven of Pentacles, with like the giant question mark there. It's like, it can be hard to, it's like, I don't know if other people will relate to this, but sometimes for me, like, it can be hard for me to start a habit or do something even if I know it's going to benefit me, if I like can't see the results right away. Like, I am a very impatient person, and like sometimes if I don't like get relatively instant results, it's kind of not gratifying, and I kind of like stop. And so it feels like there's an element of that here, where it's like part of what's scary about letting go is you're not going to see the benefit of letting go right away. You kind of have to trust in yourself and the universe that the unknown is greater than what you've experienced so far. With the Nine of Wands in reverse and the Seven of Cups in reverse, I do feel like if you haven't had this already, it's like there is kind of this like wake-up call moment coming that's just kind of underscoring that for you. For some of you, I think you've already been through this, And if you haven't, like, I wouldn't be scared. I don't think it's anything that's going to like really, like, it's like basically it's not anything that you haven't experienced before to some degree, but it's like there is something coming. It's like either you've already had this like crossroads moment, or it's coming, where again it's like a wake-up call with a need to let go. I'm gonna pull just a couple more cards. What can you tell us about what is coming for pile 1 that they don't see coming? What other information can you provide about what pile 1 doesn't see coming? What is coming in next for pile 1? The Ace of Cups. Yeah, this is what I was saying. It's like what you don't see coming is like what you've been hoping for a long time coming to you, but it feels like it's coming to you in a different way than maybe you anticipated. What is coming in that you don't see coming? The Six of Cups. Page of Pentacles in reverse. The Devil. You have the Devil twice. So again, it's like, I feel like in the moment, like right now, things seem like difficult, or they seem really far from where you would want to be. But I guess what's unexpected, the flip side of that, is that it's actually bringing you to where you want to go. With the Ace of Cups and the Six of Cups, I see you like, I mean, we have the Devil here twice, so the Devil talks about, I mean, one of the things that I can talk about to me is anxiety, like being chained by fear or by like stress almost. And it feels like you're moving away from relationships that feel like this. Maybe relationships that were really controlling, partners that were really possessive, partners that maybe didn't put in as much effort as you did. Like you're moving away from this into this, into something that feels really effortless, very open. Someone that feels like a real soulmate. Like with the Six of Cups, this is a card that can talk about reunion, but it's also a card that can talk about, like, or when I see it, it makes me think of like when you meet someone and it feels like you've known them forever. And so the Six of Cups can also be about healing. And like when I'm looking at this now, I'm thinking of like there's these two kids on this card, but I'm thinking of them as like belonging to two adults, where it's like, it feels like what's coming in for you, it feels like you've been through situations that have brought trauma, or like kind of trigger trauma from your past. You know what I mean? Like if you have betrayal in your family background, I feel like you may have had that experience in relationships too. And with this Six of Cups, it's like, I feel like this relationship that's coming in for you, it feels very healing, where it's like, it feels like you and the other person, it feels like you make each other's inner children feel safe. And I feel like there's going to be a lot of healing that comes out of that, where it's like, I just am picturing like you and this person's like inner children hanging out, or like you guys hanging out like together, feeling like kids. It feels like a very sweet energy, and it's very different than it feels like what you've been through. I do feel like there's like fear around letting go of the past, where it kind of feels like, again, it feels like what you don't see coming is that you're ready to level up into like a new type of relationship that you've never had before. One where someone gives to you just as much as you give to them. One where this person makes you feel safe and protected, and you make them feel the same. Like, this feels like a very kind of special kind of connection. And it feels like there's fear around letting go of what you know, because even if it, you know, hasn't necessarily made you happy, at least you know what to expect. It feels like there's a lot of fear around the unknown here. And I think Spirit is encouraging you to be open to seeing things from a different perspective. I'm gonna pull some cards and see if we can get any advice. Any advice for pile 1? The 9 of Cups. Advice for pile 1, please. Wow, the Ace of Cups. Knight of Pentacles. King of Cups. The bottom of the deck is the Page of Swords, and I'm bringing that up just because this always makes me think of like daydreaming, the way he's like looking with the birds over his head. And with the 9 of Cups, Ace of Cups, I feel like Spirit is encouraging you to like tap into your daydreaming or like creative part of yourself, where it's like, I kind of feel like Spirit is asking you to like get real with yourself about what it is that you like want in a relationship. The 9 of Cups is a wish fulfillment card. This coming out with the Ace of Cups, the Knight of Pentacles, to me that's telling me that like when you dream about like your ideal relationship, you're not dreaming too big. It's something that's possible for you. It's something that you can have. And the fact that he has his arms crossed like that, it's making me think of like people who recommend, like when you're trying to manifest something, that if something comes in that's even like 90% of what you want, it's important to say no, because you need to, like, you have to have everything. And so I feel like Spirit is asking you to like have fun, like daydream, think about like in your ideal relationship world, what would that look like? And then evaluating clearly the situations that are in your life or that come your way, and saying no to anything that doesn't meet your standards. With the Ace of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles, I feel like Spirit's also asking you to treat yourself like you would treat a partner, and part of that is like stepping away from something when you've been overgiving or just kind of doing too much. There's a lot of water here, so I do feel like doing anything creative, journaling, doodling, having like a creativity journal, coloring book, just like doing something creative to kind of help you process emotions, or doing anything to kind of help you process emotions. But for me personally, like, I feel like art and creative stuff is just kind of an easy way to process. But yeah, working on emotional processing I think could be helpful at this time too. Okay, I'm just gonna pull some timing cards and see when you can expect this. When can pile 1 expect this to come into their life? When can pile 1 expect this unexpected event to come into their life? We have Aries, Sun, Pluto, and Leo. So this is relatively quick moving energy. With the Sun and Pluto, I do feel like before a new beginning comes in for you in relationships, something is ending first. And again, for some of you, I think this ending has already happened and you're like processing the end. For others of you, like, you might be dealing with like coming to the end and having to make that decision. But it does feel like there's like an ending first and then a new beginning. And I feel like after the ending, I do feel like there needs to be kind of like boundaries created moving forward, again, around like expectations around what's non-negotiable for you, what you need in a relationship, what you're not willing to not settle for. But I feel like once you've kind of put those into place, I don't see this taking very long. I'm not getting a clear timeline because I do feel like there are different groups in this pile, and I think timing is one of the hardest things to do with a general reading, but I don't think this is super far off. Especially if you've already gone through an ending. I would say like within like, I don't know, 6 to 8 months after the ending, I could see like something new and exciting entering your life. Okay, that's what I'm seeing for pile 1. I hope that was helpful or provided clarity or insight. Thank you for letting me share these messages with you. I really enjoyed connecting with you. Sending lots of love and light your way. Have a great rest of your day. Bye. Hi guys, if you chose pile number 2 or the Rumination Oracle card, then welcome. This reading is for you. Let's see what unexpected event, person, situation, etc. is coming into your life and what you need to know about it. So I am going to be shuffling live on camera. I will put a timestamp so that you can avoid the shuffling if you want. I like to shuffle on camera, but I know not everyone likes to watch it. So I feel like that's a nice compromise. I do want to quickly share with you, like I said, I put my Spotify playlist on shuffle, or my Spotify like liked songs on shuffle, and got a song for each pile. And when I do that, I like to kind of like listen to the song and try to get messages just to help people see if they like relate to this pile or if they resonate with it. So I'll just share with you the messages that came through. Again, the song that came through for pile 2 was Big Boy by Abra and Tommy Genesis. So the first thing, like, I have not listened to this song in so long. This came out when I was in college. This came out like almost 10 years ago. And I remember listening to it a lot, like specifically 8 years ago. And I think 8 is a number associated with Jupiter. I'm like 90% sure, or at least that's what came to my mind. So I do feel like there is something really exciting and expansive coming in for you. Travel could also be something that is coming in, or learning, whether you're like in school, doing an apprenticeship, learning a new skill. Jupiter things could kind of be important for you right now. I was getting Scorpio energy, Capricorn, Sagittarius, Pisces, and Virgo. You don't have to have those signs in your chart, but those were kind of the energies coming through. I do also feel like, I don't know, you were coming through as like kind of independent, not afraid to do your own thing. And there was a message that it's important for you right now to do what's best for you and not to worry so much about other people's emotions. Like, you know, making sure that you're doing what's right for you and only you, and not necessarily what's right for you and this other person. So that's what I was getting for those messages. I'm going to start shuffling, so if you want to skip, go ahead and skip now, and I will see you at the timestamp. Okay, we invite any ancestors of good character, any positive energies, any spirit guides that would like to communicate with us about everyone that chose pile 2 to please communicate, and we ask these energies to please communicate in the clearest, most effective, and most concise way possible, with comfort, ease, and grace, for the highest and greatest good of all, so that we can get the clearest, most accurate, and most helpful reading for everyone watching that we can. And again, for pile 2, we are asking what is coming in to pile 2's life that they don't see coming. What person, situation, event do they need to know about? What's coming in that they don't see coming? We have the 9 of Pentacles in reverse with the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Okay, what does pile 2 need to know about what unexpected energy, situation, person is coming into their life? Seven of Swords in reverse. Ace of Swords. Six of Swords. Let's clarify. Why is the 9 of Pentacles here in reverse? The 5 of Cups is here, so I'm going to take that. Ooh, why is the Wheel of Fortune in reverse? What is that telling us about this message for pile 2? 6 of Pentacles in reverse. Why is the 7 of Swords in reverse here? What is that telling us? Nine of Wands in reverse. The Ace of Swords is being clarified by the Five of Wands. We have the Knight of Swords in reverse at the bottom of the deck. What does pile 2 not see coming that is coming in for them? Trust, healing, forgive, and anxiety. Okay, for those of you that skipped the shuffling, I'm just going to go over what cards came through, and then I'm going to start by reading the short little message from the book about this oracle card, and then I'll tell you what I'm seeing, because there are a lot of messages coming through. So we have the trust, healing, forgive, and anxiety oracle cards. I'm going to move them off of the screen just to make it easier for me to see the other cards. We have the Nine of Pentacles in reverse, clarified by the Five of Cups. A Wheel of Fortune in reverse, clarified by the Six of Pentacles in reverse. The Seven of Swords in reverse, clarified by the Nine of Wands in reverse. With the Ace of Swords, clarified by the Five of Swords. And the bottom of the first deck was the Six of Swords. Bottom of the second deck is the Knight of Swords in reverse. Again, the oracle card that you guys chose was number 32, Rumination. And the little message in the book says, sometimes to fully process something, we may need to replay and rework it in our mind over and over like a broken record. Try not to get overwhelmed by this. Think of a perfect river rock worn by the rushing waters. You may be entrapped in a memory or experience, but allow it to be temporary. Ask what this memory wants of you, give it full attention, and then release it. So for pile 2, with the Rumination card being the one that you chose, and then kind of the energy of the tarot cards that came out, I do feel like there is a situation or maybe situations that you've been ruminating about. With the Five of Cups and the Five of Wands, I'm guessing these are situations that have left you with like some anger and sadness. This feels like kind of relationship stuff, but it doesn't always have to be like a romantic relationship. Like this could be situations with friends, family members, your boss. I'm gonna turn on like this light just because I feel like it's getting kind of dark. It's like, it feels like there are situations that you've been through that, again, have like left you with feelings of sadness, anger, regret. And it feels like what's coming in for you is an opportunity to release that and to have like a new perspective. I do see a lot of healing coming in for you. Again, what was coming through like when I was listening to the song was I was getting this really independent energy of like, I'm not afraid to do what I want to do. And it's funny because I thought of the Nine of Pentacles, which is why I wrote that down. But with it coming out in reverse and kind of some of the other energy, I feel like for some of you, you may not be fully in that energy yet, but that's where you're getting as a result of this healing. It feels like whatever this situation is, it's created kind of like this buildup of stuck emotional energy that is causing you to maybe like repeat certain patterns. I feel like it is causing you to kind of like overly defend yourself with this Nine of Wands, and that can look differently for different people. For me, I just withdraw from situations. Or it could be like, I don't know, for some people, when they get anxious in relationships, they get really controlling or possessive, or just like getting overly defensive. And with the Seven of Swords in reverse, it's like, I feel like whatever the situation is and like the stuck up emotional energy around it, it's like, I do feel like there is a lot of anxiety around this topic. And the anxiety, I think, is giving you false information that, again, has kind of had you stuck in this cycle. It feels like this is something that's been going on for a while. Like for a lot of you, I feel like this is years. Like something that's been going on for like, or this stuck energy has been there for a while. And again, I feel like you're being given the opportunity with the Ace of Swords, the Six of Swords, to really kind of like process that stuck energy and move forward. And I feel like that's major for a few reasons. One, I think that's going to help you get out of certain cycles that might be a little bit like self-sabotaging or self-defeating. With this Five of Wands here, it's like, I do feel like for some of you with the Six of Pentacles in reverse too, some of you might not be the best about like standing up for yourself in the moment. With the Nine of Swords in reverse too, it's like maybe you're someone like when something difficult happens or when someone is rude or disrespectful, like you don't necessarily say anything in the moment, and then later you're like, I wish I would have said this, I wish I would have done that. It's like, I feel like processing this energy is going to help you kind of act the way you want to act in the moment, if that makes sense. Like, again, it's like sometimes I feel like trauma is like an overused word, but really like everyone goes through trauma. There's different levels of trauma, I guess, but everyone has some kind of trauma, and trauma usually is what causes that like stuck emotional energy. And a lot of times when something happens that kind of like triggers that, it's like we act on autopilot. It's like you're not even thinking necessarily, you just kind of like, you know, fight, flight, freeze, whatever that is for you. Again, like I was saying, like getting like overly protecting yourself, whether like, again, it's like you could be a fight, flight, freeze person. I'm kind of a flight person where I'm like, bye. But yeah, I feel like it's going to help you kind of change that so that you don't act like so automatically, and you're able to kind of be more present and evaluate your decisions in the moment. But I also feel like it's going to help you trust yourself. I feel like this is going to have like a major effect on your self-esteem. It feels like this is going to really help you, again, just trust yourself, like forgive yourself for what's gone on in the past and the ways that you may have shown up or not shown up for yourself in the past, and learning to trust that no matter what happens, like no matter who you encounter, you're strong enough to handle it. The other thing that I see being really beneficial about this is I feel like whatever it is that helps you process this and heal, it's like this is something that you can use for the rest of your life. Like with it, I know this sounds kind of corny, but with the Ace of Swords, it's like I feel like you're finding something that works for you, where you don't have to go through a situation like this again, where you carry the heavy energy for so long. It's like as you figure out how to release this situation, you'll learn the tools to not like get that pent up stuck energy, if that makes sense. It's like things will get processed and cleared before it gets to that point. And so it kind of feels like this is like, again, I feel like this maybe sounds like not a super exciting message, but this feels really exciting to me because when you like know how to let go of something, especially I'm a Scorpio sun, I ruminate all the time. It is so hard for me to let go of things sometimes, and I've tried a couple different things. I haven't found something that works 100%, but if I could find something like that, I would be so excited to know like, okay, here's how I start to let go of something. Here's how I start to get like less obsessive about it, stop thinking about it as much. it feels like learning this, like again, healing this specific situation is helping you learn a skill that is going to help you a ton in the rest of your life. I do feel like for some of you, this healing is coming from like working with someone with the Six of Pentacles. Whether that's like a therapist. I know for me and for some of my friends, like working through this type of situation where there's like a lot of stuck like energy or kind of emotional charge built around something, EMDR can be a really helpful therapy. Art therapy can also be helpful as well. Energy healing is something that has helped me a lot as well. And even doing stuff on your own, like journaling, whether you're doing like a guided journal or just journaling on your own, just kind of creating art around it, whatever it is for you. I don't think it's like, if you're watching this is coming to you. Like, you don't need to worry about like finding the bridge for you. I feel like it's going to come to you. And again, it's going to be different for each person. But yeah, that's like the main thing I see, is truly healing and letting go of a past situation that's been quite painful and quite heavy for you. That leading to a major self-esteem boost. And I think it's also going to lead you to start acting differently, like starting to put yourself out there in different ways. Again, it's like, I think this is going to like totally change your life for the better. Or it's like, as you feel more confident and you put yourself out there more, you'll be getting more opportunities, you're meeting more people. Like, I really see the ball rolling and momentum kind of going and going and going from the initial kind of like healing of this. There also could be like travel on the horizon for you with the Wheel of Fortune. I'm gonna see if there's any advice that's coming through. Is there any advice for pile 2? Anything else pile 2 needs to know, needs to be aware of about this unexpected event, situation, person coming into their life? What does pile 2 need to know? You have the Ten of Swords in reverse. Two of Wands in reverse. Seven of Wands in reverse. Advice for pile 2, please. Advice for pile 2, one more card, please. Two of Swords. Why is the Ten of Swords here with the Two of Wands in reverse? So I feel like the advice is to stay positive. Again, things might feel really difficult or like heavy or scary right now, but there is something coming your way that's going to help. And with this Ten of Swords in reverse, it's like, sometimes when we have stuff like this, like something that triggers this stuck emotional energy. It's not fun in the moment, like, to have that come up, but it can be a blessing in the sense that it's like, as it comes up and you process it, it's no longer a block for you. It's not there anymore. And so I feel like Spirit is encouraging you not to be afraid of like the emotions coming up. I would definitely try to schedule some time for yourself each day to like release whatever's coming up. Whether for you like to go for a run, like paint or doodle something, write, journal, go for a walk. It just feels like having something like that, something that's either like mentally active or like physically active that can kind of help you like move the energy. Doing that every so often is going to be really helpful. Again, I feel like Spirit is encouraging you just to kind of hold on and trust that this is coming your way. Again, for a lot of you, I think there's going to be a person that helps you. This could be a woman for a lot of you with the Queen of Wands. But it's like there's someone coming in that's going to help you with this. Again, whether it's a therapist, an energy healer, even like a close friend who like sits with you and like talks with you and, you know, tells you what's worked for them and what they've gone through. I do see you having like a actual person to support you on this journey. And again, I think Spirit is really encouraging you to stay positive, even if things seem difficult. Help is on the way. That's just what I keep hearing. Like, what is the super nanny? Like, help is on the way. I'm gonna pull some cards and we'll get some timing. Okay, I'm just gonna see, is there any other suggestions for pile 2 on like on this healing that they like, any other suggestions for pile 2? What do they need to know? Advice, guidance for this healing. Hierophant. Wheel of Fortune in reverse. That's funny that it's come through twice. 9 of Swords in reverse. Queen of Swords. So again, I'm kind of getting what I was getting before about like having a routine where you can regularly release what you're feeling. Getting into nature could be helpful if you're able to. Traveling, even if it's like not far away, like a day trip, even like an hour outside of your city, maybe going to like a park near you that's like a little bit out of your way. It just feels like connecting with nature and getting out of your routine could be things that are helpful. Again, like creating a routine where you like release these, whether it's like part of the routine is therapy, or again, it's like going for a walk, journaling your anxiety, going for a walk, doodling, something that again helps you feel like you're processing and releasing something. I'm gonna pull some cards and see if we can get any information about timing. When can pile 2 expect this to come into their life? Scorpio, Saturn, Pluto, and Aquarius. So I do think that the start of this process is going to be soon, but I do think this process will take some time. Like, it's not going to happen overnight. With Saturn, Pluto, and Scorpio, it's like there's a real transformative energy here where it's like, again, I feel like this is going deep to a core issue and really kind of like clearing blocks and allowing you to like rewrite your behavior pattern and perspective around that. So it does feel like this is like ongoing work that is going to take some time to complete. What can we see about when this is going to start, when this process will start for pile 2? Venus. Again, I think this, like, the process is starting relatively soon. Again, we have something here about a woman, so I feel like there might be a woman that's helping you, and you might be meeting this woman or like scheduling something with her soon. Again, I do feel like creativity, connecting in with your creativity is going to be really helpful, both in like attracting this person and healing to you, and also in like completing the healing and processing this stuff that's coming up. I would say within like 2 to 4 months is when you're going to meet this person. For some of you, it's going to be sooner. I was saying in pile 1, I think timing is like the hardest part of doing a general reading because there's going to be different like people. For some of you, I think it's going to be within 2 months. With others of you, I think it's going to be within 4 months that you meet this and start this process. And I think you're going to see change, like positive change pretty early on. But again, it's going to take some time to like fully penetrate the issue and get to the core and like fully transform whatever it is. That's what I'm seeing for those of you that chose pile 2. I hope that was helpful or provided clarity or insight. I really enjoyed connecting with you, so thank you for letting me share these messages with you. I'm sending lots of love and light your way. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you later. Bye. Hi guys, if you chose pile 3 or the Shadow Magic Oracle card, then welcome. This message is for you. Let's find out what unexpected changes or energy is coming your way. I am very excited because I chose this pile. I don't know why I choose pile 3 because I have to wait till the very end for my message and I'm not a patient person, but I'm very, very excited and interested to see what is coming through for pile 3. I am going to be shuffling live on camera. I know not everyone likes to watch that, so I'll have a timestamp where you can skip the shuffling and jump straight into the message. Before that, I am just going to share with you really quickly. I mentioned that I put my Spotify like songs on shuffle and got a song for this pile, which was Mean Streets by Tennis. My intention when I do that is like to listen to the song and get some messages to help people see if this resonates with them, or if this feels like the pile for them. So I'll just share with you what came through. So the band name is Tennis, which made me think of pickleball, which I've never played pickleball, but it's like all the rage near me. Everyone I know is playing pickleball. I'm going to pickleball with my work in like 2 weeks, so pickleball might be relevant. Tennis, again, named Tennis, but also like community sports. And then I was also getting like camp or dancing. So I was kind of seeing like a group activity. Again, for camp, it's like I could see some people being like camp counselors, you know, where you have like different stations or you do different things like camping, archery, painting, dancing. It felt like I was just getting this like feeling of like doing something together as a community. For some of you, I feel like you might be thinking about moving or in the process of moving, trying to move. I was also getting Aries and Gemini energy. This song repeated the name Laura a few times, so if your name is Laura, hi. It also made me think of Twin Peaks, so that may be something that resonates for you. I also feel like you guys are ready to release something creative, where it's like you are creative, you've been creating something, and you've like are thinking about sharing it with other people, or you're getting ready to share it with other people. I feel like you guys are on the brink of a major life change. And again, like I was saying, I do feel like there's like something creative that's coming from you. And I feel like part of what you're being asked to kind of change or get used to in this time is getting used to attention, or other people paying attention to you more than you're used to. Okay, so I'm gonna shuffle. Again, I'll have the timestamp if you want to skip it. So either stick around or I will see you at the timestamp. For pile 3, we invite any ancestors of good character, any positive energies, any spirit guides that would like to communicate with us about everyone that chose pile 3. And you guys, I filmed this whole reading and I was like, wow, that was like a good one. And then I went back, like I went to go turn my phone off, and I saw that my phone had like run out of storage and literally stopped filming right as I started shuffling. So clearly that message was not meant to be heard for whatever reason. I am going to refilm the reading. I'm interested to see if some of the same messages come up, to give you kind of like a Cliff Notes version of the last reading. And like full disclosure, this was a few days ago at this point, and I quickly forget readings like after I do them for myself or other people. I actually like write them down if I want to remember them. But it was like basically I felt like you had been working on some kind of it felt like a creative venture to me, because it felt like something that you were putting out into the world that felt kind of vulnerable. And for me, like, I guess the easiest way to describe that, it kind of felt like a creative thing where you're putting yourself out there for people to critique in some way. And it felt like it was something that you'd had success with previously, but kind of had to step away from for whatever reason. It felt like the unexpected thing that was coming in was a lot of success. Like if you had success with this thing previously, it felt like there was a greater amount of recognition or success coming in around this thing, but it did feel like it was going to take around a year to like fully come in. It felt like this was something that you would have to show up consistently with for some time to see the results. It did feel like you would maybe immediately see, or like, again, I felt like, again, like, I don't know, now I'm getting tongue-tied. But I felt like, again, there was something you were putting out there that was kind of vulnerable. And I felt like Spirit was encouraging you, like, this is the right time to start putting it out there. But letting you know that when you start putting it out there, you may not get the results that you are hoping for right away. Where it may not be, as an example, if you're, like, putting out content on social media, the first few videos that you do may not go viral, or, you know, they may not pop off the way that you, like, would maybe hope for them to. But over time, with consistent effort, if you keep showing up, that success will come. And it felt like there was something around like it felt like there was a reason why the success wasn't coming right away, and it felt like it was kind of to help you let go of doing things for other people's benefit, and more like to help you put out what feels authentic and genuine to you, regardless of the response to it, if that makes sense. Okay, so with that said, let's get into this reading and see what's going to come through. Like I said, I'm really interested to see how the messages will be different. Okay. For pile 3, we invite any ancestors of good character, any positive energies, spirit guides that would like to communicate with us. We invite these energies to please communicate in the clearest, most effective, and most concise way possible, so that we can get the clearest, most effective, and most concise reading that we can for everyone that's watching pile 3. And again, we're asking, what unexpected shift, blessing, event, situation, what like unexpected thing is coming in for pile 3? What does pile 3 need to know about this unexpected energy that is coming in for them? What unexpected event, situation, person, opportunity? What unexpected energy is coming in for pile number 3? We have the Six of Swords in reverse. The Four of Swords. What is coming in for pile 3? Three of Pentacles. The Fool. Wow. Wow. Okay, the bottom of this deck. The Ace of Cups. Wow. Wow, all I can say. Let's clarify. There's so many messages coming through already, but if you guys have watched my channel before, you know, like, I can't talk and shuffle at the same time. So I'm gonna wait to share any messages until I have all the cards out. When you guys were kids, did anyone used to say, like, it was really hard to rub your stomach and pat your head at the same time? People, when I, like, was growing up on the playground, people would always say that, and then people would try to see if they could do it or not. And I felt like that was pretty easy, but, like, talking and shuffling, for me, that's, like, the real, like, patting your head and rubbing your stomach. It's just hard to do both at the same time. Okay, let's clarify. This energy is exciting, guys. Why is the Six of Swords here in reverse? What is that telling us? What is the Six of Swords in reverse telling us about this message for pile 3? We have the Nine of Pentacles. Woo. And the Two of Swords. Why is the Four of Swords here? What is that telling us? We have the Two of Cups, Judgment, and Death. I didn't realize there were 2 cards there. And the Seven of Cups. I'm gonna go like this. The bottom of this deck is the Four of Cups. And I just want to grab a couple of oracle cards. What does pile 3 need to know about, like, what unexpected energy is coming in for them? Change, begin, anxiety, it gets better. Love to see that. Okay, I'm just gonna pull cards from one more deck. I'm gonna pull like 3 from this deck. What does pile 3 need to know about, like, the unexpected energy that is coming in for them? Kangaroo, unsettled times, need to plan ahead. Ooh. Ant, work, achievement, success. The card went on the floor, but I'm honestly gonna wait to pick it up. I'm gonna grab a couple oracle cards from this other half of the deck, and then I'll pick that up. What does pile 3 need to know about like the energy that is coming up for them? This unexpected energy, event, person, situation. Needle and thread, a sincere wish will be granted. Love, that's exactly what I was getting, you guys. Barrel, you feel something is lacking in your life, perhaps love, money, or goals. One more, please. Dark man, dealings or relationship with the man with dark complexion or hair. Okay, let me grab the card that fell on the floor. Coins, money will be coming to you. Love to see that. Okay. So I just want to kind of go over the cards that came out for people that skipped the shuffling. Then I'm going to start by reading you the short little message in the book for this oracle card, and then I'll tell you what I'm seeing, because there's a lot of messages here. Okay, so for oracle cards, we have kangaroo, unsettled times, need to plan ahead. Needle and thread, a sincere wish will be granted. And I was so excited when this card came out. If you can maybe tell, I pulled these last, and this was like genuinely the whole feeling of the reading that I was getting, so it was really exciting for me to see that come out. We have ant, work, achievement, success. Barrel, you feel something is lacking in your life, perhaps love, money, or goals. Coins, money will be coming to you. And dark man, dealings or relationship with a man with dark complexion or hair. So I'm just gonna move these out of the way so I can see the tarot cards. If I do mention something about these cards, I'll bring them up so you can see them. We have the change, begin, anxiety, and it gets better oracle cards. And then for tarot, we have the 6 of Swords in reverse, clarified by the 9 of Pentacles and the 2 of Swords. The 4 of Swords, clarified by the 2 of Cups. The 3 of Pentacles, clarified by the Death and the Judgment card. And then the Fool, clarified by the 7 of Cups. The bottom of the first deck was the Ace of Cups, and the bottom of the second deck is the 4 of Cups. Okay, so the message about your card Shadow Magic from this oracle deck says, remember, things that seem impossible and overwhelming are often magnified by their projection like a shadow puppet. Try to aid your heart in navigating how complicated fear can be. It's time to confront some of the more difficult understandings, ideas, and memories. Okay, so it's interesting hearing that, because with the 6 of Swords coming through in reverse and then the 4 of Swords, like instantly what this was telling me was something that has been feeling stuck for some time is finally making progress. And I do feel like this is going to be in 2 different areas. We have a lot of the oracle cards that came out about money and like work. So that was kind of the theme of the last reading that came through that didn't actually get filmed. It was very much like career based. And so I do feel like, and this again is giving me kind of the same energy where it's like something that you maybe paused, whether like because you wanted to or you had to, it's like kind of getting reinvigorated again. If you've been feeling stuck or like creatively blocked, I really feel like you're gonna be getting a lot of inspiration and motivation and start moving forward on that front. So I do think there's going to be like work opportunities coming through to you. Again, it does feel like this is related to something that you've already done previously. But then I also feel like this is connected to a relationship for you. And keep in mind, this is a general reading, so it might be different for different people. but it feels like there's been kind of like this situation with someone. It feels like it's been going on for some time, or you know, you've wanted closure around this for some time, and I feel like that's coming in. With this needle and thread, a sincere wish will be granted. It almost feels like there's two different wishes. Like one is being granted in like career and finance, and then one is being granted in like relationship. And it feels like there's something that you've been wanting to like clear up for some time with someone, and I do see closure coming in with that. I mean, we have a lot of major arcana here with the Fool, the Death, the Judgment, the Ace of Cups. I definitely feel like there's a new beginning coming with this person. Again, what that looks like may be different. I definitely think there's a possibility for you to work with this person and make money with them. But I also feel like for some of you, this is kind of like a romantic connection, and there will be an opportunity to rekindle that. But again, it's like whatever you wanted to happen in this situation is happening with the Judgment card and the needle and thread. It's like whatever you hope to happen, whether you hoped to like hear from someone and clear something up and just like clear the bad blood and move forward, whether you hoped someone would come through and apologize and you could maybe like have a second chance, whatever it is that you were hoping for in that situation, that's what's coming to you. Like an opportunity to have that is coming to you. I do think things are changing like a lot for you with the Kangaroo and the Change card, where this says unsettled times, need to plan ahead. We have a lot here that talks about change with the Death card, the Judgment card, change, the Six of Swords, the Fool. And it's funny that we have the Ace of Cups and the Four of Cups here, because there is kind of like a mix of energy here where like with the Two of Swords as a contrast to all of these like new beginnings, the Four of Cups and the Two of Swords kind of as a contrast to that, it's like it feels like there are things that are moving forward really quickly. But I also feel like Spirit is encouraging you with the Seven of Cups and the Two of Swords not to make decisions too quickly, because it feels like there's a lot changing. Again, I'm seeing like changes come in career and in relationship. It seems like a lot is changing, and it feels like it's changing for the better. Like it seems like there's a lot of, especially if we had this It Gets Better card, it's like I do see this being like a massive improvement for you. But regardless of whether it's positive or negative, I feel like change can always be kind of unsettling. And it feels like this is going to be, there's a lot of unexpected things coming in for you. I think you're going to be really happy and excited by them, but I do think things are going to kind of be unsettled. So I feel like Spirit is encouraging you with the Nine of Pentacles here to kind of get into a routine. And that was something that was coming through in the last reading that I forgot about, but that's coming to my brain now. Was Spirit was really encouraging you to like set a routine and stick to it. Specifically, this was related to like whatever you were trying to do in your career or with this creative venture. For example, like if you are doing like social media, to stick with that example, sticking to a schedule of uploading like once a week, twice a week, but like sticking to that. But here I also feel like it's kind of in general in your life. I feel like Spirit is encouraging you to set like some like foundations for yourself, like things that you know make you feel good every day. And I don't feel like this has to be like a super long routine, but I feel like Spirit is encouraging you to find things that make you feel good, that set you up for success, and like things that you know you can do every day. This is making me think of like this, like the video of the Navy SEAL who's talking about making his bed every day. I had to memorize that for something at some point in my life, and I remember at the time, like before I had to memorize it, I was like, why do people make their bed every day? That's stupid. But then after I like memorized his little speech, I started doing it, and I've done it now like for 8 years since I memorized it. I don't have it memorized anymore, but it actually makes such a big difference to me in my day. I do it even when I go to hotels. Like if I don't have like the maid service coming in, I'll make the bed myself, because it just makes me feel so much better, and it doesn't take that long. So I'm thinking it's like things like that, where it's like whether like making sure you get breakfast in the morning, making sure you have like protein bars ready for that, if you don't want to make a long breakfast, just so you have like something available, just like small things that can set you up for success. I think that's going to be really helpful, because I do think there's a lot of positive, exciting things coming in, and sometimes it can be hard to like maintain your foundation when that's happening, and things can kind of be shaky. So I feel like if you can have a solid foundation, that would be really helpful here. Again, this angel is making me think of like a wish being granted. With the anxiety card and like the Four of Cups, Two of Swords, again, I see a lot of blessings coming in for you. And I do get this like very unexpected energy here. I know that's the point of this reading. It's like, what is unexpected? But part of like this energy and a part of the unexpected, I guess, is you can't expect it. You know, you can't predict it, because it's that unexpected. And I feel like when it comes in, there may be a part of you that's like, is this real? Is this too good to be true? Like, is this actually happening? Can I trust this? And I feel like, again, Spirit is encouraging you not to rush into anything. Like, take your time. With the Two of Swords here, I do feel like, again, especially if you maintain like a routine that helps you keep that solid foundation, I think it will be easy for you to check in with yourself, like to check in with your higher self to see, is this legit or not? Like, you will be able to see through any illusions if there are any. Like, if it is too good to be true, you'll be able to see that. But I do feel like this is kind of encouraging, like Spirit is saying, be open to the opportunities. You deserve good things, and there are good things coming to you. Again, don't like go into it too blindly, but at the same time, be open to what's coming your way. With this Dark Man card, this is making me think for some of you, like maybe this relationship is with a dark man. For others of you, I feel like this opportunity at work could be connected to this person. I want to grab just like a couple more tarot cards, because again, I'm getting very unexpected energy, but it's like we knew something unexpected was coming. So let's see if we can get any more like specific. Although again, with the Two of Cups, Ace of Cups, it's like I do see a relationship coming in. This feels like a relationship that has the potential to be both like romantic and like work related. That may not be for everyone, but I do feel like for at least some of you, like this is someone that you could make money with and also be romantically connected to. But I also feel like the work opportunities coming in are not like related to this person at this time. You know what I mean? It's like I feel like the work, like this work and money and like recognition that's coming through. Again, for some of you, it may be like you're getting offered a promotion by a certain person, but it's like, it's not, I don't think the recognition and stuff is related necessarily to this person yet. It's like, it's what you've done, but there's potential to build something with this other person, if that made sense. What do you need to know about this unexpected thing that's coming in? Can we get any more clarity, Spirit? Any more specific information about what unexpected event, situation is coming in for pile 3? Scorpio Sagittarius season could be especially significant since we have Death and Judgment together. And Scorpio season is Sagittarius season is followed by Sagittarius season. I don't know why that was so hard for me to say. We have Aquarius energy here as well, with the Six of Swords and the Fool. Some Cancer, too. I guess there's like things, I feel like there are some things coming in soon, but it's like gonna take time for them to fully develop. Can we get any more information for pile 3 on this unexpected event, situation, person that's coming through for them? Five of Swords. Again, I feel like this is connected to like this situation. It feels like there's a misunderstanding or an argument or something that's being resolved, like miscommunication and misunderstanding being resolved. And it feels like this could be like a long time coming. For some of you, it feels like years. And again, I also feel like this, it's like related to a person, but I also feel like it could be like related to a creative block, where it's like if you've been feeling stuck or like pulled in a lot of different directions, I think you're going to be getting clarity about how you want to move forward. Ten of Swords in reverse. I feel like that is the same kind of thing that I was saying. That card just fell on the floor. It's like a situation that may have seemed really dead. It almost seems like this. It's like this. Again, I'm getting the sense that it's two things, like a work thing and a relationship. It's like something that seems dead is coming back to life. And that's kind of shocking. But it also feels like it's shocking that it's more than one thing, you know? Like it's not just one. And it's maybe shocking that they're happening at the same time too. Again, it's like, it feels like you could have been waiting for years for this stuff to move forward, and then bam, it's like suddenly everything moving forward at once. And it's like you couldn't have come like at least a year ago. But I do feel like like a lot of things are changing. The High Priestess and the 8 of Swords with the 5 of Wands in reverse at the bottom of this deck. So again, I feel like that's just kind of reiterating what I've been saying with this 8 of Swords coming through and the High Priestess. These are both cards about like secrets. So on the one hand, I don't think you're meant to know everything. Like I think this is meant to be kind of like a surprise. But also I feel like there are secrets related to this past situation that are going to be revealed. Again, it's like it feels like there's like an argument coming to an understanding around something, like finding resolution. And with the Ace of Cups, it's like maybe someone's telling you how they really felt. Like maybe at the time they weren't able to tell you how they were feeling and why they reacted a certain way, but now they are able to do that. Okay, I'm getting pretty much the same messages over and over, so I'm gonna move to some timing and see if we can see when this is coming in for you. When can pile 3 expect this unexpected energy to start coming into their life? When can they start seeing this come up? Gemini and Cancer, this is crazy. This is a timeless reading, but I'm filming this in Gemini season. And Cancer season is about to happen. Oh my gosh, stop. And then we have Sagittarius and Libra. So I feel like this is very similar to what I was saying earlier, where it's like, I do think something is coming in soon. I do think if like you resonate with having a creative venture or something that you've paused in the past that you've been wanting to get back to, I do think this is the right time to get back to it. Again, you may not start to see like true success until a little bit later. Something that was coming through in the last reading too, that's coming through to me now again, is like, again, it's like you may not be getting the response that you would like hope for. Again, just to use social media as an example to make it easy, it's like you may not again go viral right away, but you will find some people that resonate with you. It's like you will find your audience from the beginning. You will connect with the right people from the beginning. It may just not be a very large group of people, but people that can help you move forward with whatever it is that you're doing. You're going to connect with them right as you start doing this. Like if you start selling art online, you're going to find people that resonate with it and want to buy it and can even share like word of mouth. That was something that was coming through strong too in the last reading. That's I'm remembering now is like word of mouth. I think is going to be really big for you for moving this forward. But yeah, it's like you are connecting with the right people right away. It just may not be on a larger scale. Here we have Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius. So that's like late September through December. So that part of the year could be significant, like early summer with Gemini, Cancer. That could be when some of this stuff is like starting. maybe when like this conversation like happens, and then later in the year things kind of start to progress or move forward. It's funny because we have 2 cardinal signs and then 2 mutable signs. So it's like there are things that are happening like soon, immediately. But then there are other things that it's like taking a while to really see the growth or to see the progress. So expect the unexpected soon, but expect to continue to be surprised over the next few months. Again, I was getting previously like a year from now, this new stuff will fully be in your life. So over the course of this year, I would see things kind of coming in and progressing over that time. That's what I'm seeing for you, pile 3. I hope that was helpful or provided some kind of clarity or insight. I really enjoyed connecting with you, so thank you for letting me share these messages with you. I am sending lots of love and light your way. Have a great rest of your day, and I will see you later. Bye.